First off, I want to, say, welcome and, thank you to the 23,000 people that have attended this event this week, especially the few thousand of you that have showed up at LA. We truly appreciate it, and it's, just completely refreshing to see so many faces, in person that have not seen in a very long time. So, I've had the fun job of serving, CTO of this organization for, nearly 6 years, and, helped start it, quite a while ago. And, from Priyanka's keynote you heard earlier from this week, we've seen incredible growth in this time. The community is incredibly diverse and large. We have over 138,000, contributions from over 5,000 organizations from 186 countries. In the last year or so, we've also incredibly expanded our project community. We've nearly doubled in size in the projects, and that's been incredible to watch. And as we've kind of done this, and during this week, especially talking to so many folks, both virtually and physically here, I'm reminded that yes, we have this crazy landscape with all these little boxes and projects and so on that represent all these different amazing things in the cloud native space, but truly the most valuable project we have is this community that we've all kind of built together over the years. I've been in open source for well over 2 decades, and this is truly one of the most unique places I've been. And browsing funny tweets online and also talking to folks, it just constantly reminds me that people truly take the time to be welcoming, inclusive here. And I just want to say thank you to folks that put in the time to do that. So. With that said, this is my kind of favorite part of the event. This is kind of a tradition where we go and, essentially acknowledge all these individuals that have done amazing things, throughout the year. We have some new awards this year, which I think are going to be fun to highlight. One thing that a lot of people don't realize is, a lot of people think when you contribute to open source, it's only code, right? It's more than that. There's so many different ways to contribute. It could be hosting an event. It could be writing a children's book about Kubernetes. There's just phenomenal ways to kind of contribute that's more than just specifically code. So this year, we're going to do a couple new awards. The first one will be highlighting a person, an individual who has done more than and to improve especially the state of documentation in the cloud native world. So we're going to be calling this the top documentarian, which hopefully is a good name. But we're going to be doing this, moving on to basically highlight an individual who has above and beyond made documentation a better place in the cloud native world. So without further ado, I'm going to go announce our first top documentarian. So some of you, may know them, Tim Bannister. Woo! Unfortunately, we are, still in the midst of the pandemic. So, Tim, hopefully you're, watching virtually. Your award will be in the mail. But, thank you so much for all the stuff you've done with SIGDocs and so on. It's truly incredible work. So thank you again, Tim. And I look forward to making this award an annual thing moving forward. So thank you. So the next one. So there are so many amazing individuals who have gone around, spoke at many events, just truly helped bring in new people to this community. Our ambassadors. So, Kelsey as the OG ambassador from back in the day, and we've had a variety of folks that truly have made this community, a better place. I'm happy to announce that our ambassador for, this year that was voted on by ambassadors is Ane Ulrichs. You may know her through through her wonderful 100 Days of Kubernetes programs that she does online and many other things. So hopefully you're watching and your award will be in the mail. But she does amazing work and truly trying to make space for new people in the community. Moving on. Committers, maintainers, they are the folks that essentially, work on the projects and keep things moving. We've had some fantastic folks, over the years that have worked on Kubernetes, Prometheus, and a variety of different parts, of the ecosystem. This year, I am happy that the maintainers have, nominated and voted and have chosen a lovely individual by the name of Nikita Dragunov, who met her for the first time a while ago, but she is fantastic, a pleasure to work with, and I'm so happy she got the award. And a couple more things before we kind of close out. So you've heard this kind of value that we have of chopping wood and carrying water from Paris's keynote and so on. It's truly something that we understand to kind of build a long-term sustaining community. There are many parts of things that you need to do to ensure that the community is able to work. Writing bots that make it easier to do things. All different aspects that kind of keep projects going. Improving build times. All this stuff. So this is probably my favorite award of the bunch. It truly represents individuals that have done so much over the years to make this place, amazing. And I'm happy to announce our next slate of folks, this year who were actually kind of lucky because one of them is actually here to pick up the award. But I'd like to congratulate Emily Fox, Ava Blank, Tasha, Carlos, Carolyn, and where's, I think, Ava? Thank you so much. So refreshing to have someone else actually come up on stage and pick up an award. We're still getting through this pandemic thing. And finally, another interesting new thing that we did this year, is essentially during the conference, we had this thing called, a bug bash. So we had some of our projects volunteer to basically, take time in a virtual office hour type environment and help new people, contribute to the project. So I just kind of wanted to highlight them, here and kind of thank our, sponsors, Sonatype, and others who've kind of helped this happen. So Sachin, was our kind of bug bash person, but that won, this year overall. But we've had a few dozen participants and over 600, bugs essentially. Pull requests sent to contributors. So, thank you for doing this, and this is something that will kind of continue, in the future. But, finally, to kind of, end things, like I said, it's so refreshing to see many of you here, and I can't wait till we're actually in Valencia next year and in Spain, hopefully enjoying a much larger crowd in person. So, thank you all, and I'll see you in Spain next year. Yeah.